Good morning. Happy Sunday. Are you like me and you have a ridiculous amount of coloring books to choose from and you're not sure where to begin? And you really just need to make up your mind. There are so many choices. Not everything is all based on Joanna Basford's books. And so I was like, what do I do? I literally just sat for half an hour trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I found this book. And I will say this is inspired by my friend Basil, who recently purchased this book. And I have had this book since probably about 2016 when it first came out, because I really love the art. I love the designs at the time. And then I just never, look, it's a whole bunch of blank stuff. I did one many years ago. So I decided, I found this one that I had started. And I thought to myself, all right, let's do this. Let's finish this one. So I'm going to work on this one today. I'm wondering if I should turn my camera. It's not very YouTube friendly. Maybe I could lift it a little higher. That might be pretty good. All right, so since it is the weekend of the release of the second of the Wicked movies, which my kid is going to see, my other kid's going to see, and I don't have plans to go see it in the theater. I would rather wait and watch it at home. So instead I shall color. So today I'm going to use Prismacolor pencils. I picked a selection of pinks to work with. That's primarily because I have a biggest selection of Prismacolor of all the pencils I've got. So I thought I'll get back into doing this Prismacolor. I'm also pretty sure that I started this using Prismacolor, so I figured I might as well complete the job. I'm also looking at how I used to color compared to how I color now, and I think I color differently now, so that's kind of cool. I mean, there's still some things similar, but I'm also going to use one of the Lyra skin tones. I'm going to use the Caucasian shade because I want a very pale pinkish look on Glinda, because I want to give her the whole pink vibe going on. And let's begin, I suppose. This is the hardest part, right? Finally picked what picture I want to do, and now it's like I've already started it. What's so scary about finally putting the pencil on the paper? I don't know, but it feels overwhelming because it feels like maybe I'll screw it up and I'll screw up the whole image, and it's like a paralysis. But at the same time, who's gonna see this? Yeah, you guys will, but in general, these books just end up on my shelf, and it's not like people in person are looking at it and judging me. And if you guys are judging me, that's fine, that's your opinion, but I'm not going to see you in person. So what do I care, right? So I just have to jump in. I just have to jump in and do it. Take that leap into the art. Ugh, why is art so scary? So scary and so rewarding all at the same time. Now this feels almost like too dark of a tone for what I was looking to do, so I'll just kind of use it for the shading parts. I don't know. Try it out. See what happens. I should give her full-on Trixie Mattel makeup. Wouldn't that be awesome? If you were to put drag queens in Wicked, just for the visual casting, who would you put in which part? Like, because Trixie's known for her pinks, right? So I was thinking Trixie as Glinda. That might be fun. Who would be a good green witch to Trixie's Glinda? Who might be a good partner to that? Nice and quiet morning today. It's a beautiful, sunshiny autumn morning. It's nice to have sunshine. Yesterday was a rainy, gloomy day. It's nice to have sunshine back. Give her some nice cheekbone. I'm going to keep this so I can refer back to it if I need to. You know, another thing I noticed when I was digging through my supplies today to figure out which ones I was going to use, I was thinking to myself, I found stickers. Love stickers. Are you like me, buy stickers and then never actually use them? I've noticed that I've been purchasing stickers because I love what they look like, and then I'm afraid to commit. I want them to be somewhere permanent where I can keep them forever, and then I end up not using them because I can't make that commitment. It's scary. Bought some adorable stickers in New York City, and I love them and I want to use them, but again, I'm scared to commit. Like, I don't want to put them on a case for a computer because the laptop I use most is for work. And what if they upgrade or make me turn it in or swap out for something else, and then I lose my stickers? I don't know what it is. Something about a fresh sticker. It's so satisfying to use it, but you got to find the perfect spot, the perfect location. Where's my sticker going to go? But why am I always saving something for a better idea, right? Why is now not the best time? What makes me think that way? I got to get over that. Got to be more zen, right? Be in the moment. This is the only moment we have is now. So why not use those stickers? Why not take the risk and see what happens instead of holding on in case something better comes along, in case there's something I might want to do with it? Why can't you just say, fuck it? This is where I want it to be right now, and this is what I'm going to do. What color do you think? What color do you think Glinda's eyes are? Like, I took all this pink out to do her dress and didn't plan on doing her hair. Probably won't fit it in the time frame of this video. Might have to come back next week. I want to get a base color down. For shading the dress so I can blend. What's nice about this coloring book is there's a lot of white space, so it leaves you the choice of how you're going to blend it, what colors you want to use with it, what sort of shading you might create. So, thinking about my store a lot this week and trying to get that ready to be opened. Trying to think about what the physical layout should be, what would be ideal with everything. And I'm wondering, I'd love to hear from you, what sort of things do you look for or would you wish for in an art supply store? Like, what's something that you can't find when you go to the big chain stores that you would hope to find in a sort of niche specialty art supply place? Like, for example, for me, I would like to find the Holbein colored pencils. I'd like to see them and be able to choose which colors I want in person, rather than just off of the swatch list of what ones I'm missing. Are there any sort of bigger tools that you are interested in trying out before you buy? Is there something you don't want to sink the money into just yet, and you'd like to come and test it out in the store and do a project or two with it to see if you like it? Before you sink the big money into it. And also, what do you consider too much money to spend on art supplies? What would you consider your this is too expensive level? Looking at these lines, this must be her sleeve here still. This is sleeve. This is dress. But does it curve out like this, or does it continue right here? I think I'm going to say it continues right there. And this is just the cloud behind them. Yeah, so what sort of supplies? What kind of art do you do most often? What supplies do you use the most? Are you a painter? Do you do colored pencil? Do you do a little bit of everything? Do we have any fountain pen fans out here? I love a good fountain pen. That's not something I see very often. There's a store that allows me to test out fountain pens or has a good selection of fountain pens. I don't want to go to Staples and just use like their basic ones. There used to be a Levenger store in Virginia. We'd go down to visit friends and check out the pens at the Levenger store. But that's not easy to find. I'd like to believe that people are getting away from doing things digital all the time and are coming back to doing things with their hands. What do you think? Especially now that like AI is taking over our lives. I'm not a fan. I feel no connection in work that's done by AI. It feels very impersonal. It feels very disingenuous. Like if you were going to get an email from somebody, I don't know whether it was like a business or a school or something, wouldn't you rather feel like somebody took time to send you that email? Somebody sat and thought about you specifically while they were creating that email. And don't you, like, I feel like you can get a vibe. You feel discounted, not important to the person who sent the email if it feels like an AI generated email. Why are we so eager to get away from making human connections anymore? Because we're trying to make our lives easier. Everything is about making something easier for ourselves. But what we're forgetting is that what genuinely makes our life easier is human connection. The more we step away from talking with one another and like writing an email specifically for a certain person and allow ourselves to use AI to do it, the more we get away from that, the harder it is to actually make those human connections. We start relying on hiding behind a computer, hide behind a screen. And we have this false sense of security, of feeling emboldened because they can't see us or they're not connecting with us in person. But it's actually, in the long run, I think that makes us more scared. We start to become scared of each other. Well, what we should be scared of is scared of AI and its hallucinating of information. And how it feeds us misinformation. I think there's a time and place for AI, but it cannot replace the human connection. Anyway, didn't mean to get off on that sort of tangent, but it just sort of hit me. Especially here I am, like trying to make human connection using YouTube. It's ridiculous, right? This is why I'm working so hard to get my business off the ground so that I can have a storefront, so we can actually meet in person. Let's sit and do art like this together in person. So much better, so much nicer. Get over that hump. Get out of your house. Be together with people. So that'll be your challenge from me to you for this week. Get out there and make art in public. This week I had to take my husband to a doctor appointment, and while he was at the doctor appointment, I went and sat in the McDonald's, worked in my sketchbook. I've always had this bit of fear of people looking over over my shoulder at my art and judging. Well, this constant fear of judging. Fuck that. I gotta let go of that. So I was bold this week and I did art in the McDonald's. I sat and had a sweet tea, tested out a bunch of drawing pencils. And you know what? It was easy to do. Hard to start, but easy to do once I was doing it. So how do you get yourself motivated to do something like that? How do you take yourself out in the world and allow yourself to be vulnerable in public. What are some tricks you use to help yourself? I think maybe it would be fun to go out with a friend and sit together somewhere. Find a safe space. Somewhere that you think might be comfortable. So go do that this week. Leave me a message here and tell me what you did and how it felt to do it. Did you feel like it strengthened you to get out in public, take a risk? Did it matter what your art looked like? It shouldn't. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to let you guys go because it's been a while and there's no way I'm going to finish all of this while I have you here. I'm trying to figure out, do I make this contrast dark or do I leave it white? Maybe I whip out the sparkle pens. Maybe that would be a fun moment for the glitter pen. Taking a risk. Let's try it on the gem. Ooh, look how nice that looks. I wonder if I can blend the gel pen. All right, look, I keep going. I'm having so much fun. I'm holding you here too long. All right, I'm going to continue, let you go, get out there and take a leap into art. And I'll talk with you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me.